Hi there, welcome to another Lazy Show here on YouTube as well as on Facebook and on LinkedIn. So, where we teach you AutoCAD in a way that is more productive so you can stop wasting your time. As always, we're gonna start today's live stream reading some of your comments, asking you how are you doing today, and then we're gonna proceed to do the presentation. So we're gonna optimize AutoCAD today. We're gonna learn something very useful to so you can implement it in your workflow, right? To save some time. So let me before I jump to the chat, let me say thank you to these folks on my screen, people who support my work, they believe in what I do, which is trying to save you a little bit of time with each live stream. So they support me either on Patreon or as a YouTube member. Thank you very much. All right. So let me read some of your comments before we start today's live stream. Um, let's see over here. Okay. Our friend Duke is on the chat. Says good morning all. Good morning, Duke. Happy to have you here as always. I hope you're doing great today. And we have Rachel is on the chat. Afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Rachel. Thank you for being here with us again. And let's see. Our friend Duke says you're late. 50 push-ups. Yeah, we are. I think a little bit late today. I was having some technical difficulties trying to reconnect my setup here, my computer. So, but I think we are good now. All right. So, as always, during my presentation, you can interrupt me at any time with your questions, with your suggestions or ideas, right? So that you might have, and I'll be able to read your comment live. Okay? All right, so let's start over here with 6 people connected. That's great. That's awesome that you guys are here with me today, learning something in AutoCAD, something that, of course, is gonna help you save some time, right? Okay, so let me get ready over here on my screen. Okay, I'm gonna open something over here. Okay, I'm gonna open a drawing. Right, let me start. Before we proceed, we have a comment on the chat. It's our friend Assad. Hi Assad, says I'm also present. Happy to have you here, Assad, and thank you for let everybody know that you're here, right? Because if you don't write this comment, there is no way for me to know who is live with me right now, right? I can only see there are 6 people connected live, but without commenting, I cannot tell that you are connected. So, Asad, thank you for saying you're present. That's great. Our friend um, Mobile Legends. Mobile Legends, give us your real name, please, so I can reference better to you. So it says, I've been waiting for more lazy tips to be more productive and save more time to have quality life. Wow, that's a powerful comment, Mobile Legends, because that's basically it. That's the goal of this channel, right? Why do you want to waste why do you want to save time, right? Is to spend that time, that extra time, with people who you care, right? With your family, your friends, and so on. So you basically in a few words described why we are here today, right? Why do we care about this? It's because, again, some people, like I work in an architecture firm, and I use Autocad to create drawings, floor plans, and so on. And when we use the program for so many hours, we don't want to waste time. We want to get things done. We want to, finish our projects, go home early, and have fun, right? So, Mobile Legends, thank you for sharing that uh, thought with everyone here. Our friend Assad is putting a happy face. All right, I think we are ready to start. As always, you can interrupt me at any time with your questions, ideas, or suggestions. All right. Okay, so let me get ready again over here. Okay, so we want to work efficiently in our projects. But most of the time, there are many errors in AutoCAD that we can face. For example, this error over here about proxy objects. Have you ever faced this, right? Everyone have faced one of these errors. And this is basically an error that happens um, when we received a drawing that wasn't created originally inside the regular AutoCAD program. It might be created in AutoCAD Architecture, AutoCAD Civil 3D, or any other 3D or 2D program. Now you're trying to open it here in AutoCAD, and that's where this proxy information or error happens. But it's very annoying, right? And if you don't fix this type of errors, you might even encounter future errors. So that's one error, again, that we always face. But why do we get this error, right? Most of the time is because, again, our drawing in this case is corrupted or have these objects from other programs such as AutoCAD Architecture. I just mentioned it. But that means we need to constantly keep our drawings nice and clean, right? So now what happens if you don't keep your drawings nice and clean also? It's that you'll have or you'll encounter another error or another problem. In this case, the ribbon expanding to something like this, which is very annoying. Raise your hand if you face this problem number two or error number two. And again, this is because our drawing is not optimized, is not clean. So basically, when this happens, is because you have hundreds of textiles or dozens of textiles in your current drawing, right? So when you edit a text, then AutoCAD is trying to expand or to fit all of those different textiles over here. So again, the main reason is because we're not keeping our drawing nice and clean. So at this point, I gave you many different errors that you might face if we not keep our drawings nice and clean. And I have the solution for those problems. Again, these are only two problems that I'm giving you, but there are many problems similar to this. So the solution that I'm presenting is a command, a tool, a macro that I created called the lazy purge command. So the lazy purge command, we're gonna create it today. It's a very nice tool that I use every day at the office where I work. Is right here, the lazy purge. So that's what we're gonna create today, because again, we need to constantly be cleaning our drawings to avoid multiple errors. So before we proceed with that, let me go to the chat, and Shavir is on the chat. Says hi, good morning, guys. Good morning, Shavir. Thank you for being here with us today. That's great that you keep up with the live streams each Sunday at 10 a.m. Shavir says, how are you doing, Asad? All right, so let's keep moving with 11 people connected live. 12, that's awesome. That's great that more and more folks are joining our live streams, right? Because they care about their time, right? All right, so I gave you the problems, the errors that we can face if we don't clean our drawings. So now I'm gonna give you the solution, and the solution again is the lazy purge command. Again, if we try to use a regular purge, most of the time these won't fix these type of errors, such as the proxy errors that I just showed you, the dozens of textiles in your drawing. Um, so that's why we created this tool, right? This tool that is gonna fix all of those errors once for all. So let's see how we can create that. So in order to do that, I'm gonna utilize the tool palette, because everyone have the tool palette, right? So there's no excuses for you to create that. So if you don't see it, you can open it with the Control 3 on your keyboard. And once we have it open, I'm gonna right click and say create new palette, right? To start nice and clean so you don't get confused. So we have a nice and clean tool palette over here. What I'm gonna do next is add anything to my tool palette. I'm gonna really quick draw a rectangle, and I'm gonna drag that to my tool palette like so. Once I do that, I can edit this by right clicking on it and simply click properties. Over here, we have these tool properties where we can start adding or creating our command macro string over here. But for some reason, this always starts lock. So the way to unlock this is change the use flyout from yes to no, and that way we can access our command string over here. So since I already created this macro command, I'm gonna simply go um, to my page where I post this, because again, if you already know me here in the Lazy Arquitecto, we don't like to waste time, right? Why I'm gonna create again this command when we already created it, and I share this to our Patreon post. So what I'm gonna do is simply go over here and find that command and quickly copy that, and then go back to my um, tool properties and simply go ahead and erase this or simply paste my new code. So a quick explanation of this tool or macro command is that we're gonna use a command called export to AutoCAD. So this is a very handy command that we can use again to clean our drawing, so that way we can avoid any errors. So we're following the prompts here, and then we're adding a phrase here, right? This phrase you can change it or customize it per your needs, but I simply gonna say clean and fixed, and then what we're gonna do is save our drawing and then immediately close our drawing. So once we have that code, of course, you can rename your command as you wish, but I'm gonna call it lazy purge. And this command, you can add a description. This command cleans your drawings and so on to avoid any errors such as proxy objects, uh, huge ribbon, and so on. So once we have that, we can simply hit OK. And of course, we can assign an image or an icon if we want, by right clicking on it and saying specify image. You can browse your computer and find an image, an icon. You can download it from the internet if you want. I'm not gonna do that right now because that's not important at this moment, but let's click OK. And once we have that, let's go over here, right? Our command is right here, the lazy purge command, and it's time for us to test it, right? So in order to test this, what I'm gonna do is go and open the folder where this drawing is, and what I'm gonna do is simply kind of organize this better so you can see this better. Okay, so let me do this something really quick so you can see the size of the file, right? Here we go. And I'm gonna clean this up a little bit so you don't have to. I'm gonna create a folder and simply move the things that I don't need now, like these errors, right? So you don't get confused while testing this command. So let me close this, and so I'm gonna move it right here. All right, so we only have the file that we are using right now, which is this Lazy Arquitecto Elevation 4. So as you can see, the size is more than 1,000 KBs, which again, that's huge for a file. A regular AutoCAD drawing, it's about 500 to 700, even 800 KB, but this is double, so that's huge. So let's quickly utilize or test our new lazy purge command to clean up this drawing, and let's see if it works, right? So let me go over here and test it. Let's click on it, lazy purge, and boom. So what it did is it closed your drawing, and once we go ahead and open our folder, right, we're gonna have this brand new drawing called Lazy Arquitecto Clean and Fixed. So what we can do now is simply erase the original drawing, which was huge. You can see the size difference, more than 1,000 KB to 100 KB. That's crazy. So what we can do is simply erase the old file and go ahead and rename our fixed or clean drawing. So that way when we open it, it's nice and clean and we don't have any errors at all. So what do you think about this lazy purge command? Hopefully you can implement this command in your workflow, again, to avoid many different errors in AutoCAD. So let me jump to the chat now to see what do you think about this tool. Do you think it's gonna be helpful? It's not gonna be helpful? Let me know. I wanna hear from you now before we wrap up today's live stream. So let's see. Let's jump to the chat over here. Let me. Okay. Comments. All right. So let's see. What do you think, guys? Our friend Rachel says, "I've got something similar." So what do you use, Rachel? Are you referring to maybe you use a list program, or maybe you use something different? Let us know, so that way we can have some chat about it. We can discuss. What I like about this lazy purge command is that it's very simple to create, right? It's inside AutoCAD. You don't have to bring a external file or tool, bring it into AutoCAD. Sometimes when you log into another computer, you won't have this file or list again. So this is very convenient to have this macro command only inside AutoCAD. It's quick and easy, it works, so that's what I like. Our friend Rachel is an Lisp program. Yeah, that's what I thought, Rachel. That was my thinking, that you were using a Lisp. Again, the only for me, the only reason I use Lisp is if I cannot get something done with the regular AutoCAD tools, right? And macro, it's a built-in tool or feature inside AutoCAD, so that's why I like to use it. But whenever I cannot achieve or do something with macros, then of course the next step is to, create a list or do a list. But that's awesome. Thank you for sharing, Rachel. How you keep up your files nice and clean, right? Let's see what other people uh, think about this tool. Let's see. Let's see. Our friend Rachel says the macro commands I have most on tool palettes and network for the teams I support. Oh, nice, Rachel. So you're saying you have your macros and commands on your tool palette. So that's great. That's what we kind of did today. We added a command to our tool palette, right? And this is a nice way to keep our commands organized. So that way, you can be more efficient, right? So that's how I have it too. So thank you, Rachel, for sharing that out with everyone. We have another comment on the chat today. Let me know what do you think about this tool that we just created, guys. It was a quick tool, but it's gonna be again very helpful. I use this lazy perch command daily, probably 10 times. Again, when you work with multiple, drawings that you receive from clients, from other colleagues, you always want to keep your drawings nice and clean. Again, another problem that I face if I don't do this, if I don't keep my drawings nice and clean, is um, your AutoCAD start lagging, right? Start getting very, very slow. So when you have that problem, immediately you should use the lazy perch command. That will fix that. Our friend Lohani is on the chat. Hi, Lohani. Happy to see you here today. Says hello, respected sir. Thank you, Lohani, for being live with us today. That's awesome. Let's see if people have more comments before we wrap up today's live stream. Rachel, our friend Rachel, is asking, question for you: how do you add a block library on the ribbon, as I need to avoid the tool palette? That's a good question, Rachel. But adding, what Rachel is referring is having a way to add blocks from the ribbon right here. This is the ribbon. He doesn't want to use the tool palette. Rachel, that's the last attempt using the ribbon to insert your blocks. My suggestion would be to use the blocks palette, right? So the blocks palette is a very nice tool. So to manage blocks, insert blocks, and so on. So it's right here, as you can see it. So why don't you use the blocks palette, Rachel? So well, if you don't want to use the blocks palette, then going back to your question, to add a block library on the ribbon. So you will have to add a block library to the ribbon. You will have to customize your ribbon, right? I don't think we did a video about that, but basically what you can do, Rachel, let me close this first, is you will have to use your CUI option, right, to open the CUI and then customize your ribbon over here. I think I did a video, but it's a very old video about that, how we customized our ribbon to add commands and so on. So in the same way that you add commands to your ribbon, that's where you will add your blocks, Rachel. So maybe I can find that video really quick. Oops. All right, let's see. Maybe I can find that video for you. Let's see. Okay, I'll find it later, Rachel. But I think I should do an update also on how to customize your ribbon in AutoCAD. But that's a great idea, Rachel. Thank you about that. Thank you for that. And let's see, I'm getting lost over here. Oops. 1 second, guys. I'm having some technical difficulties right here. Okay. All right, I'm back. All right. So hopefully I answer your question. Let's see. Our friend Rachel says no. It lags my laptop to death on the works laptop. So you're referring to the blocks palette, right? So yeah, I mean the blocks palette again. I had that problem where it makes my AutoCAD slower, but how I fixed that, Rachel, was updating to the newest AutoCAD version. So once I updated it to the newest, then the blocks palette was working smoothly, no lagging or anything. So maybe you should try that, updating to the latest AutoCAD. But I hope I answered your question about the how to add blocks to your ribbon. It's basically customizing your CUI, and this way you can add tools, commands, create a macro to insert blocks, and so on. So that's an interesting topic to maybe do a video about it, how to insert blocks from the ribbon. So good idea, and thank you, Rachel. Our friend Doug says, I try everything at least once. I'll give it a try when opening a file created in SketchUp, or should I say downloaded from 3D Warehouse. Some files can be huge. Yeah, Duke, that's a great example on how to use this new tool, the Lazy Purge. Because again, as you are referring to, most of the times when you use the regular purge command, it won't work. It will clean up your drawing, but just very, very slightly. So it won't erase regaps, it won't erase proxy objects, and so on. So that's why, we might need this tool. But thank you for sharing that out, Duke. Um, our friend Rachel is saying, can you send me the link for the old video? Yes, I tried to find it here, but I couldn't. Let me see if I can find it really quick for you, Rachel. Okay, so let's see if you can see my screen. Yeah, I think you can see my screen, Rachel. So where is that video? I have so many videos that let's see, videos. I think it's how to customize your ribbon or something like that. We have more than 500 videos, guys, so I don't know if you knew that, but yeah, we have more than 500 videos. Let's see if I can find it quickly or not, Rachel. Yes, how to customize your ribbon. Here we go. Yeah. So this is it. This is the video, Rachel, over here. How to customize AutoCAD ribbon. Again, it's 6 years ago. So, but you can still find useful information there. So definitely, I'll do an updated live stream about that, Rachel. So thank you for the idea. Our friend Raola is on the chat. Says hello, hello, Raola. Think you're a little late to the live stream. We're almost wrapping this up, reading your last comments, but maybe you can join us next Sunday at 10 a.m. Rachel says yes. Uh, our friend Mobile Legends. Give us your real name, Mobile Legends. Is there any automatic command that will connect blocks with a line? Example, a few lighting fixture blocks that will connect a line automatically to represent a wire connection. Wow, that's an interesting and complex question, Mobile Legend. So maybe um, maybe you can send me an email with your blog, with a clear explanation of what you want to achieve. And maybe we can pick it for a lazy question show, right? A lazy question show is basically, um, let me see if I can. It's a live stream that we do where we pick one of your questions and we answer you live. We have three so far where we picked three different questions from you guys and I answer you again live. I did an entire live stream just for you to answer your question because I thought that um, it was a great question or it might bring value to other folks, right? That's why I picked your question. So and this question from Mobile Legends sounds like a very interesting question and useful. So yeah, you might send me the details on my email, Mobile Legends. So we might even do a live stream about it. All right. So let's see. Our friend Rachel says, "Thank you, thank you." Yeah, no problem, my friend. That's why we are here, right? To kind of help each other to, be more productive, right? Again, I like to reference back to the comment from our friend Mobile Legend that says um, that he wants tips to be more productive and save more time to have quality life. That's the goal of this channel, guys. That's what we do here. That's what we are right now here. So if there are no questions, I'm gonna stop right here with this comment from our friend Mobile Legends, and I'm gonna go and have breakfast because I'm very hungry. um, and I'm gonna start thinking about our next Sunday topic, right? So let's see what are we gonna do there. Again, thank you for being here with me today. With 7 people still alive, that's great that you stay till the entire show with me. Hopefully, you'll learn something useful today, and I'm gonna see you. Observing Rachel say you're always hungry. Yeah, because it's almost 11 a.m. right here in Pennsylvania, in the United States, and I woke up very early, like 7 something, 7:20, 7:30, to try to prepare these shows and see what I'm gonna do and so on. So by this time I'm very hungry. um, but bon appetit. All right, guys. Thank you for being here again. Hopefully, you have a wonderful rest of the day.